Well, Stan, this is one sweet 54 Vet. Man, this baby in this sunlight, woo! What is that color?
That color is called Creamsicle. It's a custom mix I came up with. It's House of Color paint. Painted it myself, and it's the first car I ever painted.
No kidding? You shot this yourself?
Shot this in my backyard garage.
Wow.
Of course, we can't tell everybody because, you know, the neighbors don't appreciate that.
I know nothing. I know nothing. And you did everything on this,
everything
right?
on this car except stitching the white upholstery.
Well, she's really good. You know, you've cleaned it up. You debadged it. There's no handles. There's no nothing. It's really smooth and slick. But it gives it, you know, it gives it a nice clean look.
Thank you. Part of the reason that I debadged it was that the original chrome hid some of the old body seams, which were in pretty tough shape.
Sure.
But the original chrome was extremely expensive, plus very difficult to get.
Get it out of there.
So I said, you know, I didn't have it to start with. Why not do a custom? Because I'm kind of a custom car guy.
Well, these are nice. I mean,
that's factory.
Yeah.
They've been re-chromed and reworked, but this is all a factory setup.
Yeah, it looks so good.
The screens are a replacement, but the rings are original 54 Corvette, as is the grille surround. The teeth themselves and the bar that they're suspended on is the original style of a 54 Corvette, but they are a replacement part.
Yeah, okay. Now, it looks like you dropped her down a bit, too.
Yeah, sitting probably close to 4 inches lower than the original.
That's down there. And it's on how'd you do it? It's on a
well,
stock
I
chassis?
turned around and I had no chassis when I bought this car. I strictly bought a body.
Really?
It was a little less than a basket case.
So did you buy an aftermarket chassis?
No, I couldn't quite afford one. So I'm a pretty talented guy. I created my own chassis out of 2x4 tubing. I put a Mustang 2 front end in it.
What's the rear end?
The rear end is a Camaro rear end that I narrowed 2 inches and had custom axles made for, sitting on a 4-link. And
you were not screwing around, were you?
Well, I wanted a car that would drive, ride, and handle.
And I love the white interior. Really brings this car out big time.
I wanted to call my color Creamsicle, and I figured if I painted the inside, or I should say, got the inside white upholstery in there, I'd have my Creamsicle.
Well, you cleaned up the interior too. Pretty much a stock layout, but there's no switches. There's no.
Yeah, I decided that I didn't like all the barbs that were hanging off the dashboard, but I did like the actual stock look of the dashboard. So I removed the key and put an air conditioner vent in. Air conditioned the car. Of course, everybody's Roadster is air conditioned these days. Of course. And then I needed a couple more air conditioner vents, so I created one on each side, kind of to match the bottom of the dash.
She looks great.
The panel that looks like a radio delete panel, which some of the Corvettes had, is a little larger, and my switches are all hidden behind that for all.
Nice. And is that a tilt column or not?
It's not a tilt column. Not really enough room to tilt the column.
That's true.
What I did is I created my own steering column out of some exhaust tubing and the guts from a GM column. So I could use the blinkers and so on.
With you, I would expect nothing less. But you know, like you said before, you want to keep it looking Corvette, and you did, because back here it's solid 53, 54. I mean, that's just classic.
The only difference is I changed taillight rings and taillights themselves, and these are actually something very simple. They're a 56 Chevy Bullet, and I made my own taillight rings. I removed the exhaust ports and all the bumpers and such on the back of the car also.
It's just so incredibly clean. Now, this would have come with the Blue Flame 6, which I'm sure with everything else you've done, that in there.
Yeah, these days we have to travel a little bit up with the traffic, so the Blue Flame 6 went sideways.
Well, let's have a look and see what's in there.
Okay.
Open her up, Stan.
Under the hood, I decided since I didn't have an engine, I need a little bit more horsepower.
Yeah, so what am I looking at, 350?
355, actually. The bottom end was built by Reed Automotive to match a pair of aluminum heads that I had in my possession.
Wow.
And bumped it up to about 11-to-1 compression, roller cam, roller rockers. And it's pretty peppy. Guesstimation of about 400 horsepower.
Interesting headers. Did you have to make those?
No, actually, they're just a stock generic block outer header.
Oh, wow.
But I did create my own stainless steel exhaust system. I bumped it up to 2¼ inches going all the way out the back, including stainless mufflers.
Probably sounds pretty good too.
Oh, it's got a nice healthy sound to it. The neat thing is it still gets 20+ miles to a gallon of fuel cruising down the highway.
Don't you love technology?
Technology is fantastic.
So, and you drive it? I mean, you drive it?
I have driven it over 7,000 miles, and it's only been on the road 2 years.
She is absolutely, and it's beautiful. I mean, you cleaned it up so nicely. Inside, outside, close her up again, man. This thing is it is the complete package, I think.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it, and it does catch a little bit of attention, but I think that has something to do with the color.
You know, it might. It just might. Well, I tell you, Stan, you did some great work. That is one sweet, customized 54.
Thank you very much.